let's check out what else the Betplex has to offer. I'm thinking maybe something a little bit different. And that's why we're going to stop at Swirl Wine Bar for a change of pace. Okay, Marlisa, I know this is a fantastic wine bar that you've got here, but you also do some wine-infused cocktails as well.
Yes, we do some classic cocktails that are wine-based.
Okay.
So things from around the world or older cocktails that incorporate wine. So primarily Prosecco is used in a lot of different cocktails.
Oh, really?
But we also do some fortified wine cocktails, and then the one that we'll start with, which is the New York Sour.
So why Prosecco? What makes Prosecco such a good mix-in, I guess?
Prosecco makes a nice, bubbly, sparkly, light wine cocktail. So it adds a lot of acid, so and it doesn't overpower any of the flavors.
Right, yeah, and the carbonation just, it's always nice having a nice bubbly cocktail.
Yes, rather than using like club soda or something like that. Yeah.
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Okay, what's our first cocktail? What are we going to be doing?
We're going to do the New York Sour, and that is essentially at its basis a whiskey sour with a red wine float.
Okay.
So we're going to start with our 2 cocktail glasses.
Okay.
We are going to get big ice cubes. We do big ice cubes.
You got big fancy ice cubes.
We got big fancy ice cubes for this.
Okay.
So this obviously is the preferred way to drink bourbon and whiskey, so we use it for a bourbon drink.
Right, so nice, and we're not getting too much water into it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we're gonna just start off, I use Jim Beam. We use our well, because if you're gonna use something that's higher ends, which I do have guests that prefer that, I don't think that the taste matters. Once you're mixing everything in.
Once everything gets mixed in, and especially, with the red wine, which is gonna have a lot of punch over top of everything.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? How many of those? Is that a 4 count there that you're doing?
It's my brain. So.
It's your
ounce and a half.
Ounce and a half.
We're gonna call it an ounce and a half.
That's good.
And then I just use a sour mix. We started with straight lemon juice. It was too sour.
Okay.
So just your standard cocktail, sweet and sour.
Just a little bit of sweetness to shave off a little bit.
Yes. Do you want to grab these mixing spoons here?
These mixing spoons. Okay.
You grab one for you.
Okay. One for me. One for you.
Make sure it is just well mixed. And then you're going to keep that spoon in there.
Okay.
Have you ever floated wine before?
I've never. No, I haven't. Are you so? I'm guessing you pour it right over the spoon, right?
You're gonna pour it right over the spoon. I will teach you. It is not as hard. You use a fruit-forward wine because you want a fruitiness to it and something that's not too terribly tannic.
Okay.
So this is a red blend from Portugal.
Okay.
This is a Merlot. So both of those, but as long as it's a pretty fruity wine. So
I'm watching you.
Yep, you're gonna take the tip of the spoon and make sure that it is slightly immersed in.
Okay.
Okay, and then you do this really, really slowly.
Nice and slow. And how much are we doing here?
You're gonna go until it is completely wrapped around the ice cube. There you go.
All right.
You let it settle.
Let it settle.
And it makes this really, really pretty cocktail. So you just have the red wine float on top of your whiskey and your sour mix, and that's how it's served.
And this is it?
That's it. We're gonna mix it up before you drink it.
Okay.
But have you had one of these before?
I have not. I've had plenty of whiskey sours in my life, but yeah, look at that. It's just got such a beautiful color. This is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. So I always have everybody mix it up first. It ruins the presentation, but it tastes a lot better this way.
Yeah, you don't want just all wine up front.
The red wine adds really well to your bourbon. So bourbon is aged in oak. A lot of red wines are aged in oak also. So they work really, really well together.
Oak on oak makes it.
Yes.
Okay.
A nice little mix.
This is a lovely little mix. Because it's not dry at all with that Merlot.
No, it's super easy to drink. Great everyday cocktail. It's I equate it sometimes almost to a sangria. Not at all like a sangria, but the like elements of the liquor, the fruits, the wine, all in there.
Yeah, I can, especially with this red wine in here. It's just I can understand why you'd want to compare it to a sangria.
This is a really good. This is always the go-to cocktail for our bourbon drinkers that are intrigued by the mixture.
I am intrigued.
Yeah.
I am very intrigued. There's so much going on here. Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All right, what's next?
Okay, so the next cocktail, if you would grab 2 large wine glasses for me.
This, oh no.
Larger.
Yeah, larger.
This is going to be the port and tonic. So
Port and tonic.
I always ask people, you know, if you're familiar with the Aperol Spritz.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so an Aperol Spritz is a classic aperitivo drink made with a orange liqueur in Italy. It's a nice afternoon, low alcohol kind of drink. This does not taste anything like that.
Thank you for the background.
But it is Portugal's kind of answer to the Spritz.
Okay.
It is Portugal's after work, before dinner aperitivo cocktail.
Just a little bit of something.
So we're gonna use Sandeman white port. White port is made same way as red port is made. So port is a higher alcohol content fortified wine, which just means that they stopped the fermentation process early by adding higher alcohol grape spirits.
Okay.
So you get a sweeter wine because not all of the sugars were eaten, and you get higher alcohol.
Okay.
Very, very simple. It's 2 ounces plus some tonic water.
2 ounces plus some tonic water. Yeah, that's simple.
Yeah. Kind of fill it up just to over the ice cube.
Just a little bit. Okay. The tonic water is really punching above its weight. It's really going after it. But I think you almost have to have it with the port.
Otherwise, the sugariness, the syrupiness is way too much. So the tonic water, all of the botanicals that come in tonic water are going to really even out the sugar.
Yeah.
And again, very simple.
Interesting. Well, I think since we are in a wine bar, I need to sample some wine. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's go try that. This is fantastic. Thanks.
Yeah.